we've had one upside down in the bottom turn, car number 87. Goodness gracious.
Yes, it's the Brian Bolwell, Tony Farrell BMW 323. And it looks as though he's just lost it under brakes coming into the bottom at Conrod, and the front wheel has caught the inside ripple strip and the car has rolled over.
He's okay though. Steps out of the car. Crowd give him a huge hand. He walks away from that. Coming out of Valvoline corner. And one guy I just can't help but feel so happy for today is Les Small, who has always had this great faith in Alan Grice as a driver. Told me early in the week. And in fact, he has probably chewed his nails down to his elbows at this stage. How does it feel, Les?
Oh, it's not too bad at the minute, Mike. We're sort of hanging in there, just hoping for the best. As you know, we've led many of them before. We haven't got to the flag first, so we've just all got our fingers crossed.
He deserves to win this, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah. He's driving probably better this year than he has, you know, ever before, I guess. And the European experience really helped him.
There's Graham Bailey. He can't believe this. Good old Graham. The fellow who went also to Monza and to Donington and Hockenheim with Alan. Had a couple of offs into the sand traps, blamed himself for it before everyone else did, and said he learned so much. Came back to Australia and demonstrated to everyone in the Australian Touring Car Championship that he'd learned a lot over there. Grice comes out of the corner, acknowledging the flag with one lap to go. Heading up mountain. Straight. There he goes. He's going to get a wave off to everyone before this is over. He's watched so many drivers do this for so many years. Hands are ready at the top of the mountain as Grice heads up to Bridgestone Corner for the final time. And of course, after the race is over, the cars are pulled straight in at the back of the pits, so you don't really get a chance on a cool-down lap to acknowledge the waves of the crowd. Up to BP Cutting for the final time. The Sydney Privateer, Alan Grice, driving Graham Bailey's Chickadee number 2 Commodore V8. Coming up to Toledo Tools Corner, the right-hander. Wait for the reaction of the spectators along the top of the mountain. They love him. Here he comes. Alan Grice, a man who went to Europe this year to try and prove something. He certainly has done that, and he's proved an awful lot more here today. As the fans acknowledge, Gricey coming across the top, out of Castrol Curve, down to the S's, through Bridgestone Corner, to the Dipper for the final time. Now on his way down to the left-hander. And here he comes. Through Valvoline Corner, Nissan Conrod straight for the final time. You can almost coast home to victory from there.
I know how happy he must be, Mike, but this, I've never seen anybody wave and cruise round on his last lap. He's got 96 seconds in hand, which is probably enough, but I should think he's risking it just a little bit, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. It's 16 years without a result here. He's finished a second and a third. But you could shut the engine off from there and make it all the way down to the checkered flag. Alan Grice leading, 96 seconds clear of Harvey. A long gap back then to Gary Scott. The last corner comes up as Grice in the Chickadee Roadways Commodore V8 hits the last turn, straightens it out. Checkered flag at the ready, and the Aussie Privateer, the battler, cracks it for the Hardie 1000 at Mount Panorama, and the crowd has erupted. He's done it. Alan Grice of Sydney takes the 1986 James Hardie 1000 Classic. Second place will go to John Harvey and Neil Lowe in the Mobile Holden Dealer Team Commodore number 3. Third place will go to Gary Scott and Terry Shield in the Nissan Skyline Turbo number 15. Fourth to Dick Johnson, car number 17. Fifth place to Peter Brock, and sixth place to Jimmy Richards.
Well, a bit of Bathurst style driving has enabled me to get back into the studio to see the closing laps of